Brian, what are you playing right now?
Uh, Rep said it earlier. She's like, those kind of people that play PowerWash Simulator, that's me. And it doesn't make any sense because
derogatory.
No. I will totally own it. I don't know what it is about this game. I think it's the first one came to Game Pass and I sat down and I played it for like 5 minutes thinking it was like one of those like house flipper things or like one of those like, European truck simulators where you're just like a guy on a farm or whatever. Mm-hmm. And it's not. Like it's like I don't know, reverse coloring, I guess. Like it's I guess like those people like adults with like, like moderate to severe anxiety buy adult coloring books, right? And it helps them out a lot. And for me, like I think what happens is like the seasons change and it starts to get darker out and I'm like, I don't know, man, maybe I'm kind of in a funk. I'll go for a run or like, go for a long walk and I'll cook and stuff like that. And I don't know if I want to play like another 50-hour open world game. And instead I'm like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm gonna hose down a truck for 45 minutes in this game, and every time, right, like a huge truck, or like a public bathroom or a barn or whatever it is. And the thing about this game that's really rewarding is every single building or object or anything. I just did this blimp level last night, and my kid was like, "You're still spraying that blimp?" I'm like, yes. Leave me alone.
This is the most suburban dad thing about you, Brian. I love this.
It is. And like the thing is about it, if you've never played PowerWash Simulator, it's very arcadey. There is no like micromanagement of your like crops, or it's not like those truck simulator games where there's all the stuff you have to do. You just get different hoses. You hose down different buildings and cars and textures and stuff like that. And when you complete certain elements, it makes the ring of like a bicycle bell. That's it. It just goes ding, and then you move on to the next thing. You're like, well, I cleaned that window, ding, and you go to the next thing, and you watch your percentage go up, and eventually you hit 100%, and it shows you a time lapse of you cleaning this thing, and you move on to the next thing. And there's no pressure, there's no time limit. It is basically like there.
Sorry, everyone.
Nope, shut it down. Cancel.
No, I'm sorry. That the second most suburban dad thing about me is that is an A+ joke. Like, yeah. So like, I completely understand. It's a frivolous waste of time. There's no story. There's no score. I don't care about any of that. But most of the things we do outside of like work and family and stuff like that are frivolous distractions, right? Like there's the little parts in life where you just waste time after a long day. And this is Zen-like for me. It's cathartic. I enjoy it. It helps me calm down after a long day. And it's very chill. It's relaxing. You can put on a podcast or a documentary in the background. It's a good second screen kind of game, which is why I knew I had to get it for Switch. And
is this 1 or 2 that you're playing, by the way? Because 2 just came out.
2.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 just came out. So I'm playing this. The only thing I'll say on Switch 2 is that your system will get hot and this thing runs through batteries. So I don't know what they're doing there if it's not optimized correctly. I'm sure it'll get some patches and be better. But yeah, I like this game a lot. If any of this sounds interesting to you, and I know the whole joke, like I could be cleaning my house. My house is clean. That's the problem. Like I think after that's done, I'm like, now what? And I play games like this. So I'm not into any other really like simulation style games. I actually mostly hate them, but this one works for me. So
I think what we're learning is that you need an actual real life power washer.
Yeah, I have one. I actually haven't used it yet.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. They're fun. They're really fun.
I know. I'm excited. I'm excited to try it. And I know what I'm going to go outside and start power washing, and I'll like grab my wife and be like, honey, what else now? And she'll be like, no, it's good. And I'll be like, what about that wall? What about that roof? And I'll just, I'll get my kid's bicycle. I'll put it next to me. I'll make the ding noise every time I clean something. And yeah. I'll get to do PowerWash Simulator in real life.
Again, dudes rock.
Cool. Well, that's PowerWash Simulator 2 on Switch 2. I'm playing something that's out today. Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD-2D Remake is out on the 30th. The review went up
today?
It's out, I guess, the day this episode goes up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so tomorrow from right now. But our review went up today, and George Yang, friend of the show, who came on earlier this year to talk about Xenoblade Chronicles X on Switch, he reviewed it for us. He gave it a 9 out of 10. Ooh. Same score I gave 3, which is kind of part 1 of this duology, trilogy of remakes that Square Enix is doing. And yeah, I totally agree with George. This game is just amazing. This is a remake of Dragon Quest 1 and Dragon Quest 2, which are NES games, which came up last week on our show with Seth and Brian about the NES's 40th anniversary. And it's just some of the best remakes in the business right now. It is right in line with Dragon Quest III HD-2D remake of taking these classic adventures that are really obtuse and grindy and very minimal in the way of story or graphics or really anything at all, and just sprucing them up to be gorgeous, modern HD-2D retellings of these iconic RPG tales. And Dragon Quest I is really unique because it is a one party member RPG. You don't have 4 party members you're commanding. It's just you. It's just the hero who does all the spells, all the healing, all the defending, everything. So you have to play this very, very differently because you don't have a healer and a tank and a glass cannon in your party. You just have the one character, and that leads to playing battles really differently than you would if you had a full party, which is really interesting. They've also added so much story. Dragon Quest 1 takes like 10 to 15 hours to beat. It used to take like 6 or 8 hours, and 7 of it was grinding to be strong enough to fight the final boss. Like this, it has totally new story, really gorgeous towns, really fun combat. Like I cannot recommend these enough if you like old school RPGs. And if you don't, they add really cool new quality of life stuff where you can turn the difficulty down to easy, where your characters can't die. And it becomes just a really chill, cozy game where you're just grinding battles, no strategizing whatsoever. And like PowerWash Simulator, a great second screen game to just grind away for experience points while you're watching something else on the big screen. These games are just fantastic. And 2 I haven't gotten to yet. I've been busy playing lots of other stuff. But 2 apparently has completely rebuilt that game. 2 is notoriously difficult and just mean to the player. Dragon Quest 2 hates you. And the remake now has completely rebuilt that game to some reviews I've seen saying it's now one of their favorites in the series, which is awesome. Like a really cool reclamation project for that game. So highly recommend Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD-2D remake on Switch 2.
It's blowing my mind to hear you say that you could beat the first game in 6 or 7 hours. Because like Seth and I talked about last week, I believe, this is one of those games I got free for the Nintendo Entertainment System with an annual subscription to Nintendo Power Magazine, and I never beat it. It seemed it seemed like the biggest, most difficult game in the world. I think as a young kid, I wasn't familiar with the concept of like grinding for hours and hours to get stronger and stronger. I just remember going into different areas and being like, that looks cool, that looks safe, and they're just getting mauled and losing everything and having to start the game over. And like I just didn't know at the time. It seemed insurmountable. And so this looks so awesome. I really want to go, like, this makes me want to go back and play it and beat that game for the first time because I never got to.
Yeah. No, I think that you would like this game. I don't think you're typically a turn-based RPG guy, but this is just so nostalgic and classic and just really, it doesn't really push back against you at all if you don't want it to. And they even have added this new thing where you can toggle on this mode to see what moves are super effective against every enemy that you're facing right now. So it kind of just tells you how to play it. Or you can even just flip on auto battle and turn the speed up to ultra fast, and it will just rip through these battles for you. Or you can play on hard mode and turn all that extra stuff off and turn off navigation markers and play it like an NES game. Like the amount of flexibility in these remakes, it's like industry standard. Like this is what every remake should be looking at, of how to really remaster an old game and make it super approachable for new audiences, but really faithful for people who played it back then. It's immaculate. Like what you've seen so far, you could get over an hour more every week. Catch full episodes of Nintendo Voice Chat over on the IGN Games YouTube channel or on your favorite podcast service. Links are in the description. We hope to see you there. Let's hit the news really quick before we go. This happened this morning. Nintendo and Laced Records announced the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild vinyl soundtrack collection. This is coming out on June 19th, 2026, and there's 2 different versions, a double LP and an 8 LP box set, and they're both available as a limited edition colored vinyl or standard black vinyl. So I guess 4 total choices of if you want to get some form of Breath of the Wild on vinyl. Limited edition stuff will be available on all the Nintendo stores, both in the US, both in person and online. The 8 LP one has 130 tracks, all newly remastered, and the double LP has 34 tracks. Music like this is released in Japan all the time. And Bill Trinan, who stopped by here a few weeks ago, talked to Variety and said, basically, we haven't released physical soundtracks at all. And this is about us trying to gauge and understand what is the demand for physical soundtracks in the United States. Part of this is also simply an interest into trying to bring video game music to a broader audience. And then he goes into talking about Nintendo Music, which turns 1 year old today as well. Are either of you interested in this LP set for Zelda?
It's too expensive is the main thing.
It's very expensive. It's what, $200 for the limited 8 LP one, I think?
Yeah, I wish they would just let me buy this music digitally in a way where I owned it. Like that's literally it. I've started using Bandcamp a lot lately, but it always back when I used Spotify, it always drove me crazy that Nintendo didn't have any of its music on Spotify. And then whenever fans would put soundtracks up on YouTube, they'd get takedown requests. But also I couldn't, they're like, whatever, if you're going to try to sell me the music, then sell me the music. But they weren't doing that. So it's like, let me listen to this. And the Nintendo Music app is pretty good for that, but it really does irritate me that I have to use a whole separate app for that doesn't necessarily have all the functionality. But if I could go to I don't think Nintendo would ever use Bandcamp, but if I could just go to some online store and purchase a digital album of these soundtracks for a reasonable amount of money and then just have them to download and keep forever, I'd just do that.
Yeah.
I do like an LP set. I have a record player, but it's just a little expensive for my blood.
It's very pricey. And yeah, this Nintendo Music, like that's the only place you're going to get their music and all their news. They're seemingly pushing all of their news toward Nintendo today. So yeah, it's a very different strategy.
I do find it very irritating because I have 3 apps now on my home screen of my phone that are like Nintendo Red. And I very frequently want to open the Nintendo app to get my screenshots off and post them. And I'm constantly accidentally opening the Nintendo News or the Nintendo Music. It's not what I want.
It would be really cool to put all those things in one place. I'm totally with you on that. I was thinking about this morning. Nintendo was releasing soundtrack CDs way later than everybody else was, right? I feel like a lot of American companies specifically had moved away from that, and they were maybe doing they would do a thing where you bought a game on Steam, you would unlock a digital soundtrack for it. Some folks would just put their entire thing day and date. I know Ubisoft's really good about being hey, Assassin's Creed Shadows out, or Star Wars Outlaws is out. The soundtrack is on Spotify right now. You can just go download that. I like that we're looking at these digital games right here because this also echoes Nintendo right now of not letting you purchase those things individually. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe you can obviously, but all of the virtual console stuff is now just part of Nintendo Switch Online. So same deal with their soundtrack output. But having the complete Breath of the Wild soundtrack on vinyl is one of those things I appreciate the heck out of that I will not purchase personally. I had my vinyl era in the late 90s, early 2000s, where I was just I was DJing a lot and buying up records constantly and going to record stores in New York City pretty much three times a week. And then I moved around a lot, and I don't like lugging those huge crates with me anymore.
No, it sucks. We just moved. It sucks.
We just moved.
I don't even have a lot of records. It sucks.
That and art books. I'm okay, I mean, my Metroid one's coming today, so. But
nice. I'm excited to talk about that next week,
dude. Yeah. That was one of those things where I was I need to get this the second I can, because I love Metroid Prime. To folks who don't know what I'm talking about, I believe today the Metroid Prime making of art book comes out, and I think I got it for $46 or something. It looks like a big heavy book. So check that out. But yeah, no, this is awesome. I hope they do more of this, even though if it's not necessarily for me anymore.
You know what, Nintendo, release these on CD-ROM. I have got
CD-ROM?
Not CD-ROM, sorry, CD Project Red.
Put these on floppy disk.
Put them on, give me a flash drive. No, I'm sorry. Put them on CD, audio CD, music, the ones that play music. Because I have a CD player in my car, and I have started buying CDs occasionally. And I would totally listen to KK Slider in concert in CD form.
Yeah, they still do lots of CDs in Japan. That's something else that Bill said in this interview, is that's still very dominant.
I go over.
Nice. Yeah. I remember special editions of games used to come with a USB drive that would have screenshots, art screenshots on it. I remember a Force Unleashed one or something like that had it. Yeah, it was super crazy. Then the only other piece of news, not really a thing to talk about, though, is Mario's getting a balloon at the 99th Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. I put that in as a joke about Seth's name, but then he's not even on this show. But look out for Mario in the skies on Thanksgiving.
Look out for Mario. Here he comes.
And not Raccoon Mario or Wing Mario,
Mario.
just regular Mario.
You know, I
Well,
just
it's Galaxy
assumed
Mario.
he was
He's
already.
flying.
It's Galaxy Mario.
I
Yeah.
assumed he was already in it. Like I saw that news and thought, well, this
Right?
is not news. Like surely he's already been in it for years. I guess apparently not.
Sonic's been
Yeah.
in it.
Sonic's in
Pikachu's been in
Pikachu.
it.
Pikachu,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, never Mario. So yeah, look out for Mario.
Look
And yeah,
out.
there was a statement from soon-to-be NOA president Devin Pritchard about that, which, so yeah, we're starting to see her name a little bit more. Thanks for watching Nintendo Voice Chat, but this was just a clip. Click the NVC playlist right now to find new weekly episodes and the best from our backlog. Come hang out with NVC every Friday.